15 seconds. Guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to Americans Talk FPL. I'm your host, Jason. My co-host, Barat, could not join us tonight. I think he's suspended for the second leg due to red arrow accumulation throughout the group stages. But that's okay. I'm here to talk you through what's happened in the first leg of the round of 16. I think what's going to happen, what moves I'm thinking of making, and how to prepare for what's going forward. Real quick, I just want to shout out Fantasy Football Scout. Here at Americans Talk FPL, we are very proud to be part of the Scout Academy. I would definitely recommend checking that out for all your FPL needs. They do UCL content as well, which is great, so please go check that out. All right, let's dive right into this. So a few talking points that we have that happened kind of between the two legs. Thomas Muller, Serge Gnabry, Karim Benzema, Kevin De Bruyne, all returned from injury, so they are available for selection for the second leg of the round of 16. Jadon Sancho, unfortunately, is already confirmed out for Dortmund. Erling Haaland did suffer an ankle knock in the weekend loss to Bayern Munich. Reports are that he should be fine to play, but I would definitely just keep an eye on that one. It is the first match of the week, so we'll know the lineups before transfers are unable to happen. So at least we'll have news on that before the game week starts. Players that are suspended: Casemiro of Real Madrid, Jorginho of Chelsea, Danilo from Juve, and Freuler from Atalanta are all suspended for the second leg. Another doubt that cropped up recently is Angelino of RB Leipzig. He's not out for sure by any means, but it's from what I read, it sounds like he is a serious doubt. Moise Kean of PSG tested positive for COVID, so he's for sure out. Teams that look like they're going to be out, the only ones I can confidently say are Barcelona and Lazio. They both look pretty done after that first leg. Everyone else, I think, some teams look better than others, but they could all go either way at this point. So those are the only two teams I'd probably look to move out of if you have assets from them. That being said, if you have Lionel Messi for Barca, it might be worth hanging on to him for one more match just to see if he can bank a little bit of points in that final leg before Barcelona get eliminated. Likely to be eliminated, I should say. Who are the safe teams to kind of park your money in for the next round? I think Bayern Munich are pretty much through. PSG look like they're very close to being through as well. And although Man City only won 2-0, just the way in the form they've been in recently, I think they are definitely one of the safest teams to invest in. They had a pretty dominant performance versus Mönchengladbach. So I think, if you're looking like, hey, where can I invest that I know if these teams are going to make it through, those would be the three I'd recommend the most. So next up, real quick, I'll just go through my team and my performance. 60 points for me in the first leg, so it gave me a nice little green arrow. I went from about 5,500 up to 5,100, so not bad. I'll take it. Some of my kind of punts didn't really pay off, and Yusuf and Nasiri. Marcos Llorente obviously didn't really do too much. And other than that, I was pretty disappointed in Juventus overall. They had some pretty bad defensive errors, but at least Federico Chiesa ended up scoring. That was pretty huge. Josip Ilicic was very disappointing. He didn't start the match against Real Madrid. Unfortunately, Atalanta went down to 10 men on a very dubious red card call. But Ilicic did get subbed on eventually, then subbed back off because he put in about a 0 out of 10 performance, which is definitely very nerve-wracking as an owner going into the second leg. I think, he has played for Atalanta since then and scored a goal. So I don't think he's completely frozen out by any means. but he's definitely one of the players in my team I'm looking to possibly be moving out for this next leg. Bayern Munich players, Lewandowski got a goal, thankfully for me, so I got some captaincy points out of him. Casemiro, decent performance, but unfortunately got a yellow card, so he's suspended for the second leg, so that's going to hurt. Beyond that, Christian Romero did his thing with recovered balls. Joao Cancelo got a nice assist and a clean sheet. So I think Man City definitely are a strong team, especially defensively, to invest in right now. One problem with my team I've noticed is a lot of the players that I have that are my budget picks are the ones that look like they might be going out of the competition fairly soon. So that, encompasses Koundé, En-Nesyri, Savic, Llorente, maybe Ilicic and Romero. So when I'm looking at my transfers, I only have 0.2 in the bank right now. So I may have to make some downgrades in order just to get some decent players in for some of these guys who look like they might be eliminated. So I think with a lot of my transfer decisions, I'm going to wait right up until the deadline because for me, En-Nesyri and Koundé have the first match. So I'll know for sure whether they're starting before the week begins. So that's why I'm waiting on all my transfers. I think a lot just hinges on if En-Nesyri starts. I'll give him another chance if he does, but if not, I'm going to have to make a few transfers. I'm going to need to upgrade him, and I'll need some points to do that with. So I think for that, Ilicic is probably a good fall guy. I'm thinking like an Ilicic to Gundogan would be a pretty easy move because Ilicic is 8.8, Gundogan 6.6, and that's a pretty easy move for me to make there. I do still have memories of Ilicic's 4-goal game last year, so I kind of want to hold on if I can, just on the off chance that happens again, especially with Real Madrid missing Casemiro in their midfield. But, if I have to choose a fall guy, I do think he might be one of the better ones to pick for that, just due to his price and the fact that they are losing against Real Madrid going into a second leg. So with that being said, I'll move forward. I'm just going to give you guys some quick tips on some of the players I'm looking at, keeping in mind a lot of my moves have a lot to do with my budget going forward, or lack thereof, I should say. So first of all, I'll start with forwards. I think a premium forward is the way to go moving forward. So for me, I'm likely going to be losing En-Nesyri sometime soon, so I'm going to have some budget to upgrade. Who do you want to get? The 3 standouts that I don't already own are Mbappe, Haaland, Benzema. There are rumors Neymar could be on the bench in the second leg and possibly get some game time. So he's also an option to consider probably for the next round, but not this round. Midfielders, I like İlkay Gundogan a lot at 6.6. I think he's basically a premium midfielder at a mid price, so he seems like an easy one to get, especially for a fairly dominant Man City side. I do like Jorginho a lot in Tuchel's Chelsea. He's a pretty key cog and he's on penalties. Unfortunately, he is suspended for the second leg in the round of 16, so I'm not going to get him right now, obviously, but going forward, I think he is a great one to look at if Chelsea do manage to hold on against Atletico Madrid and go through. I do like Danilo for PSG. He's pretty cheap at, I think, 5.6, so he would solve some issues with my Casemiro suspension. He's not a guaranteed starter, so it is a little bit of a risk, but PSG have a lot of injury issues right now and a lot of question marks. We don't know if Verratti is necessarily going to be completely healthy. Florenzi might be back. He might not be back. We're not quite sure there either. So Danilo has been playing a lot for PSG lately. He can play in multiple positions, so I think there's a pretty good chance he'll make his way into the lineup, but he's just not guaranteed. But at his price, it might be a decent way if you really need to, downgrade Casemiro and you just don't have the budget to upgrade to a Gundogan or something like that. Defenders. So first of all, for Bayern Munich, although I don't want to, I may have to downgrade Joshua Kimmich just so I can make some more room to expand elsewhere with budget. So if I were to do that, I think Nicolas Sula at 5.3 would be a great option. He's been playing a lot for Bayern Munich. He does recover some balls, and he has a little bit of goal threat as well. So I think you could do worse than him. and Bayern Munich are obviously safe going forward. Budget option I like a lot right now is Antonio Rudiger at Chelsea. Since Tuchel has taken over, they've been transformed, especially defensively. And I think he's only 4.5 in the game, and he's a pretty for sure starter under Tuchel. So I think he could be a nice way to kind of have a sneaky budget option. Chelsea are winning against Atletico Madrid going to the second leg. It's not a guarantee by any means, but I think he could be a solid option for this second leg and even going forward if they make it through. Man City, I have Joao Cancelo in my team right now, but for my budget's sake, if I had to downgrade, John Stones I think is only 5.1, so that'll save some coin and keep me in the Man City defense. PSG, like I said, they do have injury issues right now. I think Kimpembe and Marquinhos look pretty much set in stone as long as they're healthy. And with Kimpembe being the cheaper option, that's why he's in my players in consideration over Marquinhos right now. Porto, so they're up on Juve right now. I do expect a much better answer from Juve in the second leg. But, on the chance that they don't make it through, and you're looking for a Porto defender because they have a pretty good defense in the Champions League this year, Chancel Mbemba would be the option I would take there. And then as far as goalkeepers, Edouard Mendy for Chelsea. Like I said, they've been great defensively. He's only 5.2, so he's more affordable than most of the goalkeepers left at this point that look like they're going to go through to the next round. The other one being Keylor Navas at 5.5. So I think those are the best options that I see right now, at least from my team's point of view. Obviously, if let's say Juventus get taken out and I lose Ronaldo, I'll have plenty of budget to upgrade my forward line, either Mbappe, Neymar, Haaland, or Benzema, depending on who makes it through. My early thoughts on my team right now is I want to find a Casemiro replacement, but I also would like a better option that's more expensive that I can't afford right now. So I may have to go into the week with a man down with Casemiro out, especially if En-Nesyri is starting. I'm going to keep him in my team. It's just tough because not many of these fixtures are really quite decided yet, other than the probably Man City, Bayern, and the PSG fixtures look pretty much done. But outside of that, there's still a lot of question marks. I think as far as captainship, at least on the first day, I like Cristiano Ronaldo a lot, especially with Erling Haaland's ankle issues. If you have Haaland, I still think, he could be an obvious captain choice. He really bullied Sevilla in the first leg, especially in the first half of the match. But for me, it's the knockout rounds of the Champions League. Juventus are at home. I'm going to put my money on Cristiano Ronaldo for that one. So that's all I have this week, guys. If you have any questions on lineup decisions you have, feel free to put a note in our comments or hit us up on Twitter. We'll have the way to follow us on Twitter in the description. So until next time, take care, and good luck in this round. Hopefully you all get a nice green arrow.